This is Solomon Adams, and this is my presentation for the coastal trip video. So my presentation is going to be focusing on coastal armoring at Thornhill Broome Beach. This is a beach in Ventura County, California, just south of Point Mugu. This is going to be California Coastal Management in 2025 as a part of ESRM 462 Coastal and Marine Resource Management with Dr. Anderson. And this is California Coastal Management. So to give a quick overview of Thornhill Broome Beach, Thornhill Broome Beach is a long, flat stretch of sandy and rocky beach that runs parallel to the Pacific Coast Highway just south of Point Mugu. It is a part of Point Mugu State Park, and on the far north and south ends of the beach, significant coastal armoring comprised of riprap or rock revetments have been built up. Rock revetments or riprap are boulders that have been stacked up upon each other in order to prevent erosion. So in the slide, you can see I've attached a couple photos of Thornhill Broome Beach. So on the left, you can see basically the whole length of the beach running alongside PCH. And you can also see the massive sand dune that is on the left side of PCH next to the far south end of Thornhill Broome. The photo on the top right is also kind of an above view of this sand dune and the far south end of Thornhill Broome Beach. And this photo on the bottom right is looking northwards, kind of around the middle of Thornhill Broome Beach. And it includes this tent because Thornhill Broome Beach is a campground. So in this photo right here, you can see that there has been some pretty significant coastal armoring on the far south end of Thornhill Broome Beach. So you can see the rock revetments that have been stacked up kind of right along in the surf zone area. So there have been some temporal changes in riprap construction at Thornhill Broome. In the below image, you can see that since 1962, riprap on the southern end of Thornhill Broome Beach has been extended pretty far northward. So in 1962, you can see that the rock revetments kind of ended right around this cliff, but in 2018, you can see that it now extends kind of all the way into the sandy beach section of the beach. This image is via the Ventura County Resilient Coastal Adaptation Planning Commission work session on March 7, 2019. So also, this image is via the Ventura County Resilient Coastal Adaptation Planning Commission work session on March 7, 2019. Thornhill Broome Beach is within the South Coast Sea Level Rise Area Hazard Zone. So you can see right here where I'm waving my cursor that Thornhill Broome Beach is kind of right where this massive dune is right here, and it is well within this sea level rise hazard area, which increases the risk of sea level rise, but also increases the need for coastal armoring. So there have been some positive effects of riprap on erosion. Riprap or rock revetments have been placed on coasts worldwide as protection against the erosive effects of waves. It is extremely effective in protecting against coastal erosion. However, it does have environmental impacts. These environmental impacts include that it can significantly alter coastal and marine ecosystems where installed. It can change dune sand ecosystems, with the effects being most harsh upon dune vegetation. And although not terribly relevant to the Thornhill Broome case, it may even alter sea turtle behavior. So this has some pretty wide-ranging implications for Thornhill Broome Beach. The coastal armoring at Thornhill Broome may be assisting in protecting against erosion, especially in an area where the Pacific Coast Highway is so close to the ocean. Still, it remains pertinent to consider the probable environmental impacts of its placement upon the coastal ecosystem, and additionally, it could be considered a bit of an eyesore upon the otherwise very, very beautiful stretch of coastline just south of Point Mugu. Rock revetment usage is a complex and nuanced topic which requires much thought and consideration before its application in real life. These are my references. And I'm just going to end on this very beautiful sunset photo of Thornhill, Broome. And thank you very much.